Hi everybody, welcome back to this new episode of the Python object-oriented programming, and we are going to focus this time on the class method. So same as we have seen in the static method, to declare a class method, we need to print that it will be preceded by a decorator with the @mark class method. And at the opposite of a normal method where we are going to use self and other argument, we need to use CLS or a class for instead of the self. So that's what would help to understand this is the class method. And we need a class method if we would like to change a class level variable or the method that we are using within the class. For example, we do have here a class variable for the language to Japanese. And if we want to change it, we will see how we use the class method to make it. So let's start here with a simple example with the initialized book here. So we do have a book 1 and book 2. And you can see that there is no language in our init function here. So we do have title, author, description, and page count. So let's go here and print the book 1 here, dot language, to see what happened in the book language here. And also let's print the book 2 like this. And we should expect to have the Japanese language for both of them. Python, and then we put 056 here. So run it, and we do have Japanese. However, now let's create a class method to change this one for all of the classes that will be created, all the instances that will be created. So if I create here the class method like this, and declaring it as simple as, let's say, change language or something like this. And as an input, we will have a CLS and the language that we would like to change. So let's go here, and will be as simple as it will be returning or putting CLS dot, and we already have the language one equal to lang. Okay, so if we go back here again and we put book, and we go like this, and we put the change language class method, and we put, for example, English, and we save, and we rerun again, we can see that our instances are initialized with the English language. So this class method changes a class variable that will impact all the future initialization. So that's one interesting usage of the class. Another important usage that I find really interesting is updating or for the initialization. So what we do have here is that here we do have this input. So if we would like to initialize, is putting each one of the input here one by one. But sometimes we can have a flow of data coming with a special format. Let's say we do have each time a dictionary coming at us with kind of this data. So we do have a book info coming somewhere, and we will see a good example later on with a title, author, description, and page count. And we would like to incorporate this one. So we may try to put like this one. So we go a book 3, for example, and that will be equal. Let's bring this book here, like this one. And we have to change each one of them. So we need to put here the real life as a title, the author, and then is the wheel. Okay, interesting. So we change this one as only the wheel, and then it's a nice book as a description, and the number of pages is 334. So that's, and if we do have a lot of other books, what we need to do is maybe we need to add this book info as a dictionary, and this quite not optimized and going against the dry way of doing, do not repeat ourselves. So that's not a good way of doing that. On the other hand, what we can do is come in here and create a new class method. So let's go here and have the decorator class method and define here what we call, let's say, create a book like this. So create book, create book, and that will be getting the class and also the data that we are receiving. And we know the format, so what we are going to do is putting a title like this. Title will be equal to title, the data, the dictionary, so the data, and here we put the title like this. So we will copy all of them and quickly generate the code. So for this, and let's take, so this is our dictionary. So we do have a title and then the author. Quickly here, the author, sorry, would take a little bit of time, but you see, but we will be doing this only once, so quite worth it. Creating the description is coming from the description, and finally the page count coming for the page count. Okay, so this is just to extract the data, and finally what we are going to return, this is where it's very interesting. So we go CLS, or our class itself, and we are going to put title like this, just a moment, title, and then after that we put the author, description, and finally the page count. So let's copy this one, this final one. And this what happen is this will call, okay, let's put this one here. This will call like a book and putting all the data together. So let's take a look here. So go back to this one, and instead of having book, what we are going to do is we are going to get the method create a book, and we just insert the dictionary. Okay, and then what we can do, we can print here the book dot, and we put a dictionary method just to see what's happening with the book itself. Okay, this is a book 3 actually. Okay, so let's save and clean our console, run it again, and to see what's happening. So we do have this one coming from the previous discussion, but let's see what's happening now. This is printing my object as a dictionary, and you can see that I do have all the data that I needed inserted in one shot. So we don't need to spend a lot of code to do that, because my class method is already doing all the job. Okay, so this is kind of an example, but what we are going to do in the next episode is to show, when we are getting real data API from the internet, how we can put the whole thing inside the class or the object by using this kind of class method. So stay tuned for the next episode, and see you soon.